All right, Xfinity at Pocono on my last scuffed week setup. Fun times. I'm gonna run 14-1 and +2 on this. Actually, I'll go to 0. Um, you can run whatever steering ratio, steering offset you want. It's all comfort based. Brake bias, I'm gonna go to 60. You might want to be a little bit lower than I am, but I'm not comfortable with my current brake setup, so I'm keeping it a little bit more ease for myself. Thing about Pocono, Legacy Pocono, is it's almost the same as New Pocono, and then you just have a ton of bumps. So it changes how we drive turn one specifically. Turn one, basically, we go from the bottom lane being the best on New Pocono, and now the second lane is the best. But there's still so many bumps that we have to just hold our brake for longer than we're used to if you're used to the New Pocono. Turn two, we still like kind of getting down early, kind of holding the brake till the car rotates, and then getting the car off the corner. Ooh, ow. That didn't do anything, right? Well, if you're watching this video, that means that it didn't do anything, and I got a good lap after this, so that's a bit of meta right there. Let's get a good run up for the lap here. So I'm gonna wait for that last sign and start braking, trail braking right there. Really try not to slide up once I get here. And then so I can get pretty aggressive back on the throttle. It's gonna maybe snap a bit loose on me because of the amount of wheel I have in here. Nope, it was fine. I really want to have my wheel a little bit straighter there on the exit, but I didn't turn down quite as much as I wanted to, but it was still worked out. I had enough grip for it. Okay, turn two is gonna be a little harder. I'm gonna brake earlier. Really make sure that I'm down here, not trying to gas too early. Oh man, that right rear really let me down there. We're gonna make this a lap two then, because I can do a lot better there. So we're gonna set up for the next lap with a wide, try to get that straight runoff. I like how that's almost as fast as my current best lap running the bottom, but I have yet to get a very good turn three here, but I know what to do. So last sign here. Oh, I underdrove that a little bit, but actually we can just make that up with being more aggressive right here. It kind of goes to show you how you can underdrive a corner entry so much and have it not mean hardly anything because of how early you can pick up the throttle when you do that. That was actually a very good example of that. I think I'll keep that in. Okay, I'm going to look to not get loose off this corner. Missed it a little bit. Going to be a little bit smoother on the throttle. It's better there. And now I'm looking to get a better turn three here. A little bit wider, get all the way to the bottom. A little bit tight there. Get it off the corner like that.
56.705.
Oh, that's a really interesting lap though, so I think I'm going to keep it. That's probably about 2/10 to 2/10 off what you're going to see the best be. But I actually like what happened there. So, if you can remember, I misread the signs, mainly because I'm on a gaming laptop, but we're not going to talk about that. I thought this sign was this sign right here. Like, I thought that second sign was this first sign. Look how early I got off the throttle. I got off the throttle like, what, 100, 200 feet early? And I started trail braking. But that is how you can be adaptable in these situations. I recognized, okay, well, it's not a crime to get on the brake early. I might get run over in a race, but in a qualifying lap, I can just try to just get the car turned earlier. So notice how I have a really good angle, really pointed down the track, nothing sliding up at all. And I'm like, okay, I'm pointing down the track right here. This is where I want to be, have my nose angled. Why not just mash the gas? It probably is gonna stick. So I did, and it did. And I gained almost all of my time back that I literally was on the brake for 100+ feet more than usual, and I gained all the time back by just acknowledging that my nose had a better angle because of it and getting on the throttle more aggressively. That's a huge lesson just in general. Turn 2. Turning into the corner. I usually wait for, like, this little bump out to come back in. It's really hard. This is one of the only corners where I actually use a marker for because it just comes at you so quickly. It's like the wall goes from no safer barrier to safer barrier, and that's when I turn in. I probably missed that just a tiny bit, but it was fine. I wanna be well, how far was I off? I wasn't that far off, like, half a lane. So, like, I mi it was a slight miss, but it was fine. I lose maybe a tenth there. No looseness off the corner, which is completely good. Then turn 3. I like doing for qualifying, I like doing a wide entry and then just wrapping this seam. I think I'm supposed to hold this brake. There's a little kink right here where the corner tightens up kind of inexplicably. I'm supposed to hold my brake through there, and I tried to gas it through there, and that caused me to have a less favorable exit. And we'll talk about that for the long run, but that was my main mistake with this lap, actually. Yeah, I'm supposed to break through this kink right here, where there's a bump there, and it kind of feels like the corner tightens up just a little bit before exit. You either have to have a really good nose angle through there by widening out the corner even more and maybe using more brake and slowing down the car more, or you just have to wait for your throttle before there. Let's do a couple long run laps here. The thing about Pocono is that there's like one good line period. So long run is just going to be applying what we did in qualifying with putting less force on the tires. And honestly, one of the ways we can do that was one of the ways I ended up doing turn 1 was backing up the corner. If you're way by yourself, if nobody's even close to you, you can back up turn 1 a lot and save a lot of tires. And as you saw, like, barely lose any time. Turn 2, the best way to save tires in turn 2 is just to get it right every time. Getting to the bottom, dragging your brake through a lot of it. Oh my gosh, I got caught out by that the second time in a row. I forgot the cold tires, they just don't like the exit there. And then turn 3, if you can shallow the exit, that'll save a little bit more tire, but you can see how it's very hard sometimes to get this car to stick on the legacy surface. You're probably used to the new Pocono surface, where the car just really sticks through turn 3 a lot easier. We gotta be a little more patient just across the board. So I'm gonna just start letting out a little bit early. Just letting the car drag the brake and rotate, and then just getting aggressive on the throttle. Like, that's good. That's a good, solid corner where I'm not pushing anything too hard, and my momentum is really good off the corner. Turn 2, a little bit smooth off the throttle. Drag the brake to the bottom. Just really let it sit there. You can't throttle immediately after getting there like you can in New Pocono. Just the surface doesn't allow you. Am I going to run a better lap than my qualifying lap here? That's kind of embarrassing if I do. So I held my brake a little bit longer to help me get the run off the corner. Yeah. See the time that gets me? Oh, jeez. That's really funny.
56.663.
I'll say that I caught a cloud and it lowered the track temperature. That must be it. Well, might as well rip another lap. Oh, I was too low there. That bottom lane really is a little bit of death here. You could hear the car bottom out. Still, I mean, faster. Our tires are heated up. Just be more patient on the brake through every corner than you think that you need to be. That was going to be really good until I got a little bit aggressive on the throttle. Okay, now I'm just going to be really crawling along here. I mean, that's where I lose time, but that's also where I save tires. But you can't save too much tires on that exit because you can get really exposed by somebody pushing this for the entire straightaway. And then that's how you get past. See how easy I'm driving my car right now? And it's like just as fast. It's probably the track temperature, right? hoping. Do one more lap here. Just be more patient on the brake than you think that you need to be. That's gonna be the overarching theme here. Like right here, I'm holding that brake even longer than than when I get to the white line. You'll most likely every lap have to break through the white line in turn 2 and break through the white line in turn 3. There you go. You can see I'm barely using any wheel, and I'm putting up times that are good enough, but at Pocono, times that are good enough are perfect because those tires fall off a cliff almost immediately, and you're just gonna be running your entire run just based off of who has the tire advantage. One of those tracks where saving is so important. Like, look how important that is that I'm evening out my right front and right rear tires. That is extremely good for a long run. So that should be very useful for you guys. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.